Check. So now that we are done with the basic concept of plane insulation, like lines, angles, points, uh, yung polygons, so yung mga basic na quadrilaterals natin. So punta na tayo dito sa perimeters and areas of plane figure. Yan. So pag sinabing plane figure, so ito yung uh, uh, figure bounded by three or more straight lines. Yan. So, meron tayong mga triangle, yung mga ganun. So, yun yung mga tinutukoy dito na plane figure. Squares, yung mga quadrilaterals na pinag-aralan natin ng nakaraan. So, expect natin na dito yung maraming formula na dapat natin kabisaduhin. Although, some of the problems are uh, direct substitution lang doon sa formula. So, yung iba naman, kailangan ng konting analyzation. But still, we need to familiarize ourselves with the formulas for the perimeters and areas of plane figures. So yun yung di-discuss natin ngayon. So we already know that the distance covered to walk along a plane or closed figure, tinatawag din siyang boundary, is called its perimeter. And the measure of the region enclosed by the figure is called its area. So kapag yung boundary, tinutukoy nun is yung perimeter. So halimbawa, naglakad ka sa park, paikot. And yung distance na nalakad mo, paikot doon sa park, yun yung perimeter. Okay? At yung area naman, ito yung tumutukoy doon sa measurement ng buong park. Okay. Now, tatandaan din natin that perimeter or length is measured in linear units. Ayan. So, linear units, while area is measured in square units. So, yun yung pinagkaiba nila. Makikita natin sa units, kapag linear lang, ibig sabihin, halimbawa, meters lang, meters, centimeter, millimeter, yan. Ang exponent ay 1. Yan. So, linear lang siya. So, perimeter ang tinutukoy nun. Pero kapag square units na, for example, ito meter squared, centimeter squared, millimeter squared, minsan ito square meter or square centimeter, square millimeter. Kapag sa may square na or square units, area naman ang tinutukoy. Okay? So in this lesson, we will familiarize ourselves with the calculations of the perimeters and areas of some specific quadrilaterals. Ayan, ito yung mga quadrilaterals na discuss natin nung nakaraan. Kung paano sila, yung properties nila, and yung kanilang description. So squares, rectangles, parallelograms, yung trapezium, rhombus, etc. So let us consolidate this knowledge through some examples. So marami tayong examples na isosolve na application ng mga formulas. So ito yung summarize na perimeters and areas of plane figures. Ito yung mga formula. Ayan, so name of the figure, perimeter or circumference, kapag circle ang pinag-uusapan, then yung formula for the area, and kung ano yung itsura ng figure na tinutukoy dito. Okay? So ito yung magiging reference natin sa pagsosolve ng problem. So babalik-balikan natin ito para malaman natin kung paano siya isosolve or anong formula yung kailangan natin gamitin para masolve yung isang example or isang problem. Ayan. So, merong equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, circle. Yan, may specific tayo na lesson for circle. So, square, rectangle, ayan, itong trapezium, parallelogram, rhombus, ito yung mga rectilinear, circular path, rectangular path. So, tignan din natin yun. Okay. Solve na tayo. So, find the area. Example number 1, find the area of a square whose perimeter is 80 meters. So, ito yung pinaka-basic. Yan. So, square, alam natin na ang formula niya ito. Area is a squared or yung kanyang sides. Sides squared. So, alam natin yung square. Hindi natin blue. Yan. Yung square natin ay merong equal sides sa lahat. Yan. So, A ito. Let's say this is A, side A. So, kung ano yung measurement nito, pare-pareho lang sila. Ayan. So, the formula for area ng square is equal to A squared. And for the perimeter, that is 4 times the sides, the length ng sides. Okay? Ayan. So, kung maalala nyo, sa pagsosolve natin ng problem, ang isang tip is, so, i-drawing muna yung dinidescribe sa problem. And then, analyze kung ano yung mga formulas na kailangan natin. So, dito, pinapahanap yung area. Okay, ito yon. Pero ang given sa atin is perimeter. Ito. So, ibig sabihin, yung P natin, so yung given sa atin is P, which is equal to 80 meters. Kaya ang kailangan natin is area. To find the area, we need the value of A or the length of the sides. Now, from the perimeter, makukuha natin yung value ni A. Yan, kasi yung perimeter is equal to 4A. Ibig sabihin, 4A is equal to 80 meters. Divide both sides by 4. So, A is equal to 20 meters. So, the area now is A squared or 20 squared. So, equal siya sa 20 squared, that is 400 meter squared or square meters. Huwag kakalimutan yung unit. So, ito na yung area. Ayan, so, pretty much direct to the point yung paggamit natin dito ng formula sa pag-solve ng problem. Example number 2. The length and the breadth of a rectangular field are 23.7 meters and 14.5 meters respectively. Find letter A, barbed wire required to fence the field. Ayan. So, babakuran daw yung field. Kailangan ng barbed wire. Gaano kahaba yung barbed wire na kailangan. And the total area of the field. So, rectangular field. Yan. Baka ng rectangle. Illustration purposes lang. Kailangan sakto. So, length daw is 23. So, ito yung length natin, 23.7 meters. And the breadth is 14.5. So, yung breadth na to, breadth, tumutukoy din siya sa width. 14.5 meters. So, we are asked to find the barbed wire required to fence. So, babakuran daw ito. Lalagyan ng bakod na ganyan. So, alam gaano kahaba yung required na barbed wire. So, dito sa letter A, ang tinutukoy dito is the perimeter. Ayan. So, ito yung length, ito yung width. Alam natin na ang formula natin for perimeter ng rectangle, ayan, pa natin yung ito, twice ng sum ng length and breadth or yung width. So, 2, bigyan natin ng 2 times length plus W, width, or yung breadth natin. Okay? So, P is equal to 2 times L. Ang L natin is 23.7 meters plus W 14.5 meters. So 2 times 23.7 plus 14.5. So that is 38, 38.2, 38.2. So times 2, that is 76.4 meters. Ito yung perimeter natin or ito yung length ng required na barbed wire. Next is, ito yung sa letter A, sa barbed wire. Tinatanong din sa atin yung area. So area natin is length times width. Ang length natin is 23.7. Width natin is 14.5. So 23.7 times 14.5 is 343. So 343.65 meter square or square meter. Ayan. So direct to the point lang din, direct substitution yung given natin doon sa mga formulas. Number 3, find the area of a parallelogram of base 12 centimeter and corresponding altitude of 8 cm. So, ang parallelogram natin ay meron siyang two parallel sides. Two pairs ng parallel sides. So, ito, parallel siya dyan. Ito, parallel siya doon. So, yun yung parallelogram. Now, paano kinocompute yung area ng parallelogram? Ito. So, parallelogram, area is base times h or BH. Ano yung B? Ito yung base, yung h is the height. So, balikan natin ito. Yan pala na konti. Drawing. So, yung base natin, ito yon. Ito, base din to. Equal lang sila. Ito naman yung A. A. So, yung area natin, area is equal to BH. Ano yung H? Ito yun. Yung altitude or yung height ng ating parallelogram. So, based on the given, meron tayong base. Mayroong B na 12 cm. And H, yung altitude dyan, tumutukoy din yan sa H or height. Yan, yung altitude is also the height. Height. So, pareho lang sila. So, ibig sabihin, yung base natin is 12 cm, height is 8 cm. So, direct substitution lang. So, 12 times 8. So, 12 times 8 is 96. 96 cm squared or square centimeter. Ito mahaba. Example number 4, the base of a triangular field is 3 times its corresponding altitude. Yan, may triangular field daw tayo. If the cost of plowing the field at the rate of 15 pesos per square meter is 20,250 pesos. Find the base and the corresponding altitude of the field. So, meron daw triangular na field. Sabi natin bukit yun. Tapos, yung cost daw ng plowing ng field na yon ay 20,250 yung total na binayaran. Considering na yung rate per square meter ng pag-plow is 15 pesos per square meters. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong total cost dito. So, yung sabihin natin cost is equal to 20,250 pesos. Yan, pesos per square meter to. Per square meter. Yan. Tapos yung per square meter natin is uh, equal siya. Ito total cost. Ito, lagyan na lang natin na cost lang. Small letter C. So, 15 pesos per square meter. Ayan. Now, based on this given information, yung total cost at saka yung cost per square meter, so malalaman natin kung ilan yung area, yung total area na na-plow. Kasi gumastos ng 20,000 eh. So, 15,000. So, kapag dinivide natin, so ibig sabihin yung area equals to sa total cost na 20,250 divided by 15. So, yun ngayon yung area na nabungkal, yung plow. So, 20,250 divided by 15. So, that is 1,350. 1,350 meters squared. Tama ba? Putol kasi itong calculator ko. Tama, 1,350. Now, ito yung area ng triangular field. Ang tinatanong sa atin is the base and the altitude. Yan. So, area. Dahil na-compute natin yung area, ano ba yung formula for area? Area ng rectangle, ng triangle is, saan na yun? Ito, general. 1/2 BH or 1/2 base times height. So, area ng triangle is equal to 1/2 BH. Sino yung B? Yun yung base. Sino yung height? Sino yung H? Yun yung altitude. So, pareho lang sila. So, nakuha na natin yung area. So, meron tayong value dito. Yan. So, to solve for the base and height, kailangan nating hanapan ng relationship tong dalawa. Kasi hindi po pwede na dalawa yung unknown sa isang equation, unknown variable. Now, merong binigay sa atin na ah yung base daw ng triangular field is 3 times its altitude. So, yung base equal daw to sa 3 times ng height. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, we can express the base in terms of h or in terms of height. So, substitute natin to doon. So, ang total area natin is 1,350 equals 1/2 times base. Ang base natin is 3h. Ito, in terms of height. So, 3h times h. Yan, equals Yan. To solve for h, multiply natin yung 2 doon. So 2, cross multiply, 1,350 times 3h squared. So 3h squared. So 2 times 1,350 is 27. So 2,700 equals 3h squared. Divide both sides by 3. So divide by 3, that is 900. So 900 equals h, 3h squared. Ay, wala na pala yung 3. Dinivide na pala natin. So h squared. So square root lang natin to find h. Ayan, so this is 30. 30 equals h. So the height is equal to 30 meters. Meters ito? Tama, meters. So ito na ngayon yung height. Ano ngayon yung altitude? Or ano ngayon yung base pala? So the base is 3 times h. So b is 3 times 30. Or the base is 90 meters. Okay? Example number 5. Find the area of a rhombus whose diagonals are of lengths 16 cm and 12 cm. So yung rhombus natin, tinatanong is area. Balikan natin yung formula. Ayan. So ito yung rhombus. Area niya is 1/2 times d1 times d2. d1 times d2. Or diagonals. Product ng diagonals. 1/2. So yung rhombus natin, rhombus, ayan, parang pa ganyan. Pero equal yung kanyang sides. So ito yung mga diagonals. Yan. Tapos yung isa daw is 16. Let's say ito yun. Yung isa ay 12. So the area is 1/2 ng diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So let's say D1 natin is equal to 16. D2 is 12. So direct substitution. 1/2 times 16 times 12 equals. Direct lang sa calcul. So 96. 96 centimeter squared. So huwag kakalimutan yung units. Kailangan consistent. So naka-express in terms of centimeter. Example number 6. Length of the two parallel sides of a trapezium are 20 cm and 12 cm, and the distance between them is 5 cm. So find the area of the trapezium. So sa trapezium natin, merong isang pares lang ng parallel sides. So parang ganyan. So ito, nasa taas at saka nasa baba, parallel sila. So yung isa daw is 20 cm. So obviously, yung mas malaki na yun. Yung isa kasi ay 12 cm. Tapos daw yung distance between these two is 5 cm. So ang tanong, what is the area? So refer tayo dito sa table natin of areas. Ito. 1/2 A plus B times height. Yan. Sino yung A? Yung A yung length ng isang side at saka yung B naman yung length ng side na kaparallel niya. H is the height. So sulat natin. So area is equal to 1/2 A plus B times H. So ang A natin, ito na lang, nasa taas. B natin is 20. So height natin is 5. So direct substitution, 1/2, 12 plus 20 times 5. 80. 80 centimeter squared. Yeah, tama ba? 12 plus 20, 32 times 5 divided by 2. Tama, 80 cm squared. Okay? So, yan yung basic na application ng mga formulas for our plane figures. So, mag-refer lang tayo dito sa table. Okay?